It says scheduled. Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Look at
You
look
are
at
live.
my
We are live.
poofy balding hair. Yeah, this is real cute. Hi man, I'm single and available with 3 kids that have behavioral issues. Call me.
Where are we going to drop
I'm
social straight up?
No, you don't have enough gays down there to get good haircuts.
Oh no, my girlfriend's coming back in next week, and I can't wait. So that's why the kids and I all like have poof balls going, and I'm just like the humidity stuff. It was like 88 today.
Oh my God, it was so cold here in the burn.
The kids were in the lake on Sunday.
I'm a weather idiot. I always expect today to be exactly like yesterday, and I'm
Me too.
constantly surprised. I walked out to my car with no jacket on this morning, and it's 46 degrees out. I'm like, holy crap, I gotta get a coat.
I do the same thing. Like I don't ever look at the weather, and then I feel like I'm a
Yes, it's
shitty
so
parent
weird.
because I should. Because my poor kids, we're all in short sleeves and shirts, and then it gets cold, and I'm like, oh shit, they kind of need pants and a jacket, huh?
Jeffrey,
Well, the weather here is like all over the place. It's kind of like, it's hot during the day because we're in spring right now, and then it gets really cold at night. So like I'll go to work normally, and then I'll come out at night, like once the afternoon shift's finished, and it's freezing cold. So no wonder everyone's like getting sick and high risk of COVID carriers.
I have said for 35 years that I am just a crappy grown up. I never pay attention to the weather. I don't make my bed unless I'm expecting company.
I did not sign up
I
for
don't pay
this.
the bill until I get the late notice. I am a horrible grown up.
Oh, you like the drama. What that guy saying? He's just not into you. And he's like, that's why women pay their phone bills at the last minute after they get the shut off notice. They like the drama.
No, it's not even that because I always have the money. I forget what day it is.
Oh, that's true. All week I thought I'd been a day ahead. I swore today was Friday. Didn't dawn on me. I hadn't done a second show. Like I'm like, and then halfway through the day, the kids were like, "We get to stay up tonight. It's Friday." I'm like, "Yeah. You can stay up. Blah blah blah. We're gonna go do a bonfire." And then like about an hour later, I'm like, "I'm sorry, I lied. It's only Thursday." They were so mad. Tyler's like, "I thought I didn't have to do school tomorrow." I'm like, "No, you do. Tomorrow's Friday. Today's Thursday. I'm sorry about that."
But Monday's a holiday here in the States.
It was just Monday gone was a holiday here. It was the Queen's birthday.
Yeah, they still have a holiday for the Indian killer. Go figure.
Yes, they do. But hey, I'll take the day off.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was just watching this thing with Tyler. I'm like, oh God, they're doing this whole bit on social studies for Christopher Columbus. It's like a 4.5-minute video, and then the kids have to take some dumb quiz afterwards, where it was like, did he have the Nina, the Pinta, or did he have the Nina, the Santa Claus, and the whatever ship? I'm like, oh my God. But it was like he actually never made it to like the United States. He was just in North America, way down there. Like he hit the
He was in the
Bahamas.
Caribbean.
Yeah, I didn't remember this shit. I didn't care. I just know that like he didn't really discover. You can't discover a land that already has people on it, asshole.
All the white people discovered land that already had people on it. The whole planet was peopled before they discovered it.
Mm-hmm.
It was. It's the truth. I did pay attention in school.
Luke, are you considering Aboriginal?
Am I what?
Are you one of those like native Australians, or are you one of the prisoners?
I'm neither. So I'm like an immigrant after the fact because I think my family's like there's Russian and Irish.
You totally do look like a Russian. We've been Russian hacked, girl.
We have Putin.
I've been relaying everything to Putin.
No, he's not. He can't say his name right. I don't think that would end well. This bitch.
Well, you know how we had the ladies on Tuesday night, Ed and Renata. Mm-hmm. Well, they've been on TV here, and now they're on the biggest breakfast show on Monday. They went and did Kyle and Jackie O, who like the biggest breakfast presenters here's house to see if they had ghosts in their house, and that segment's dropping Monday. So I think it's really cool.
Wow, that is exciting. I love ghost stories. I love ghost history. I just can't pay attention at night because I sleep.
I had to stop doing that. You know, I was watching that show on HBO with Kevin Bacon, In the Heights or From the Heights or something. It was about Boston. He was but it was kind of violent. And I watched it before, like fell asleep to it and woke up having night terrors. I'm like, listen, I'm getting too old and too fat to be fucking running around trying to save the world in my dreams because I wake up exhausted. I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, I need a nap. Like, I was busy last night. Okay, y'all don't know it, but I saved the world.
In my dreams, I don't save the world. I just have to wake up, talk myself off the ledge. Oh, that's just a dream because you watched Haunted History, go back to bed. You're fine. You're safe. And if I wake up a third time, I got to turn on the light.
Well, okay, so are you, I guess I'm kind of nutty. I guess maybe it's not normal. So you two tell me if this, can you wake yourself up from a night terror?
Yes.
Like if you're having a nightmare, like
Yeah.
for me, I have to like hold my eyes in the dream and squint to wake myself up, and I always wake up. It's like my trigger.
I've got a bit of insight there. Like I know somewhere deep down that it's just a dream. I do always know when I'm dreaming.
I usually do, and then I'm like, okay, since this is a dream, who wants to fuck me tonight? 6:40. We made it to 6:40.
Well, I was going to say we had a couple more things I wanted to talk about, like Van Halen, that before we get on to the naughty fly, because I know that there's going to be a few F-bombs flying
That's
there.
part of the debate.
I thought it was a great fly. I didn't think it was naughty.
But here we go. So we had.
I know.
Oh, that's horrible. So we got love to Wolfgang and Valerie and his current wife. It's just so sad. Like 2020 can suck a dick.
Well, there wasn't just Van Halen though. Then there was also Johnny Nash.
Johnny Nash. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Love that.
Oh, Vera, bust it out. I was never going to call the show
I
like,
can bust out Van Halen. I can just go.
You just got to do that song from the Power Rangers.
Higher and higher. Is that the one?
Yes, at the end of the movie, like one of them.
What dreams are made of? That's what it's called.
Karen.
Yeah.
Like,
I have to say, I grew up with Van Halen. I always knew that Van Halen was a super group, but it wasn't until he passed yesterday that I realized how incredibly brilliant Eddie Van Halen was. Just reading his life story. That he is the son of a musician, and he's been playing classical music. He was trained classically, and he took the electric guitar and was trying to mimic the sounds that he learned as a classic musician's child. You know, and he was an innovator and such a brilliant musician. And I never he was a chart topper, and we loved it.
They were smart with their money. Like they went in and like got their record contract redone so that like a typical artist makes like 25 cents. They're making 50. Oh, yeah. You know, they went and redid their contracts, had control of all their merchandise, and they were making their own because one of them knew clothing or whatever. So they were making a killing. So not only were they awesome, but to me, like you don't really hear a lot of those stories where the bands are smart in the beginning and make sure that they're making their money and they're not a slave to a record company.
Well, my buddy Gary Mann, who did the show a couple months ago, he toured the country with his band. They had great fan support, but he made like 28 cents. He and the band finally just got the rights to their own music. In the last
it's crazy, hey, because a lot of, like when you see a lot of these young artists too that get signed, back in the day, you know, especially the pop groups and stuff, a lot of them didn't make much money from that because they were just making money from the studio.
Like, you don't want Pebbles being your manager. I'm just kidding, Pebbles. We love you. We would love for you to come on the show and just keep telling us.
Oh, listen to you, Rich.
I was actually not really, because that's all she did on Wendy Williams. I can't discuss that. I can't talk about it. NDNA, bitch, NDNA. Like, girl, what can you tell? Where's your book?
But NDAs are non-binding. They're not contractually binding anywhere. All those NDAs the Trump family signed, the NDAs that they talk about in bans, not binding.
Well, then I'm fucked because we got a few non-disclosure agreements with ex-employees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now disclose all.
Listen,
do we have non-NDAs drawn up by lawyers? Really?
We have some for when we were like filming, but not for the no. I don't know. I'm still, you know what I mean? Because like you could think. Karen Ashley from Power Rangers has been a co-host. Michael Fishman from The Connors. We had Roseanne's real son, Jake. Like, which you can go catch all those episodes on YouTube. Yeah. I've been Katrina A. Johnson will be back, kids. She'll be back in the next couple shows. She'll be back on, from Nickelodeon, all that, don't you know?
We missed you, Kitty, and we want to talk to you about some Nickelodeon stuff because it's like Halloween month, but it's nostalgia month too. We've sort of been going down that track a bit.
They made me buy Hocus Pocus.
My friend Tree from Ocean State Paranormal wants to come on and talk ghost stories with us too.
Oh, absolutely. We've getting her on, and we're gonna go for it.
Yep. I gotta just figure out how to bring her technology into the 21st century.
Oh, well, while you're doing that, I need you to go over and do the cat lady too. Because if you go back on old posts,
I am not going to the cat lady's
riding
house.
in the car with Esther. I had some videos up with her of her and I
like cat lady's house from South Street.
Oh my God, she's been going through hell. Like one of our other neighbors, she's old as shit. She was like an Olympian. Her kid just died, who was a nut job. So Sonia had to like drive her car. She crashed the car, and then she like sends me a picture. She's telling me all this horrible shit that's gone on in the last 3 weeks, and she's like, "I had to plan a funeral." Like this bitch don't plan her meals. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't for her. It's not for her. And she's like, "I had to plan a funeral." She's like, and then I crashed this woman's car, and then.
Hey, Angie.
Like, the picture she sends me, she's got the cotton ball with the tape over her eye because the cat scratched her eyeball. I'm like, oh, bitch, it's just not going well for you, huh?
Don't you miss it? Don't you miss Life in the Burn?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
Don't miss running into people you hate in Wegmans.
I don't know that place.
Doing the Wegmans shuffle. You can't see me.
But before the mask thing, like people knew not to talk to me because I always went into the grocery store and I just looked like a rotten bitch. Like they're like, "Oh, he's having a bad day," because I didn't like to be fucked with. Like, don't talk to me, bitch. I got shit to do. There's a lot of people in here. I got anxiety. I don't know. I can't sit and have a conversation with you because then somebody's gonna want to come try to get by the produce and there's only room for like skinny people and I'm already over the size limit.
Well, Jeff, that's a good segue. Speaking of claims that people are rotted bitches.
oh, my girls.
So Jessica Alba claimed she was forbidden to look 90210 cast members in the eyes when she appeared on the show. In a recent episode of YouTube series Hot Ones, Jessica Alba detailed that her experience working on 90210 was completely unpleasant and that she was told not to make eye contact with the main cast members whilst on set with them. Jenny Garth and Tori Spelling have addressed this claim and state they have no recollection of that being the case. But we've had some comments on that.
Well, and wait, before we go to the comments, listen. So Jason Priestley's spoken out about it now. He said no way. Brian Austin Green, who was just revealed on The Masked Singer as the giraffe. Spoiler alert, sorry bitches. Which I'm like, they thought it was Vanilla Ice. I'm like, are you kidding me? How could you not tell who that was? You can't. It was like when Ricky Lake was on there. I'm like, how do you not know Ricky Lake's voice? Come on now, bitches.
How did you not know Donny Osmond? I mean, I never watched it, but
no, I've watched clips. I've never actually watched the whole show. I don't have time for that. I want to hear him sing, and then I want to fucking see the reveal. I don't care about nothing else. That's it. Like, let's do this. I ain't got time. I'm like, can we I got to fast forward. I can't. I don't care. I love Jenny McCarthy.
This claim goes back to the whole Ellen thing and the whole Rosie thing. It's like everybody's got people they don't want in their social sphere. I mean, Jessica Alba was the new kid on the block. She probably wasn't supposed to look in the eye.
Apparently, Tiffany Amber Thiessen said that Jenny Garth and Tori weren't that nice either.
They were mean girls.
Allegedly.
Well,
Aren't
and
we
then
all
they were
girls
friends, but they got hurt. But here's the thing: so like they basically like Tori said no, that maybe like a producer or whatever was telling them, which it could very well have been because that show was so huge. So if you have a guest star coming on that's not known at the time, where it's like don't bother them in between scenes. I don't think it was like don't look at them while you're filming. Like that's ridiculous. So I don't know.
Hollywood true stories have you read where, the underling comes on and they're not supposed to look the star in the face? They're supposed to pretend.
Yeah, but it's true.
The star doesn't want you to be sucking up to them or asking for their autograph or asking for a selfie. If you work at a
courtesy,
most people don't do that. Hey, Angie.
You're told not to do that.
Right. Well, I think it's true. Like, I mean, when it came out with Madonna's like that, you're not supposed to look at her, and you can't stutter. You can't like speak wrong in an interview, or she'll just cut you.
We all know Madonna's evil. We've heard her.
Mariah Carey just came out on something in an interview. It just came out. I think it was this morning or yesterday morning. That she's like, "Yeah, I'm a diva. What about it? I've worked my ass off. I deserve it."
We all have our moments. Don't we? Come on. I mean, there are people who hate me, and I tend to think of myself as a nice person, but somehow I've offended a few people here and there.
I'm in Schitt's Creek, darling.
I know.
Creek.
You
are.
With
all of the poor people. It's terrible. They all look at me like I'm from New York City, darling, and I'm like, no. There's a whole nother part of the state. They're like,
I used to work with a whole bunch of people who thought that there was something so bizarre about my world because I would go to museums and I would go to the ballet and I would go to all these theater functions and I hung out with gay guys and we drank Prosecco.
You're a gay man with a vagina.
I know. I mean, I always have been. It's my curse in life. I'm the queen of queens.
Yeah, she really, like, I've never seen a person in my life that just gay people gravitate like it's like a fucking moth to
look around, Vera. It hasn't stopped.
And now I have gays in Australia.
I know. We're finding you all over the world now.
We're nobody's local, bitch. We're global. Hi to our new fans in Abu Dhabi. I saw you. Just hello. I don't know what the fuck time it is there, but thanks for watching.
Abu Dhabi, then I have to cover my face.
Abu Dhabi, yeah, no, let's show our tits.
They bounced a little bit.
Real
sorry. There goes our PG rating. Sorry.
What the fuck? What?
PG
what?
Wait, I had one more thing about the 90210 girls. So I got sent this comment. So, of course, the case of 90210 are mean girls. Didn't anyone watch that abortion of a reboot they tried to do? The irony is they tried to make Shannon the villain when she seems to be the one people liked. Those basic blonde bitches were jealous. She had a career before and after the show.
Oh, my God. I don't think that's true at all, but that remake was amazing. I
didn't mind it. I didn't finish it, though.
I loved it. Oh, my back is killing me. I got a headache. It was fantastical. So I don't think they were that mean. I think it's blown out. I mean, I'm sure they were probably like snooty bitches because they were on the world's most pop, and that was a world show. That wasn't like, like we're nobody's national bitches. Look, I just got to keep trying to get my light on because I'm in Schitt's Creek. Okay?
We're gonna have to buy you one of those little ring lights.
No, I gotta fly my lights down here. The chick literally up the road from me has like a blouse barn from like Schitt's Creek, and like she built a 2-story garage bigger than the house, and has like a shop in there where she sells Mary Kay and like clothes. Like she's the sweetest woman ever. But
have you bought any Mary Kay from her yet?
No.
No, you get something to tighten up those little.
She needs a gay because the clothes. It's like you're in Missouri.
Funny little anecdote. We were me and my gays, we were listening to a band, and this girl, she was like a Trump girl before Trump. She was wearing shit kickers and these ugly jeans, and she kept coming up to, "Are you people gay? Are you people gay?" And then we're just kind of like, move along, move along. And my friend Steve, you know my friend Steve, Jeffrey.
Yes, I do.
"What do you want?" And she says, "I just want to be your friend. I love gay people." And he looks at her and goes, "Honey, you don't know any gay people, or you wouldn't come out looking like that."
Oh,
It's
burn.
so true. Yeah, but see, that's New York. I realize, you know what I mean? New Yorkers, we are not friendly people. We might think we are, but we're not. I get down
that's
here in
not
Schitt's
true.
Creek.
Everyone was so nice to me in New York.
No, you got to come down to Schitt's Creek, okay, dude? This place is
I've
fucking
been to
insane.
Missouri.
These
I
people,
stayed in Troy in Missouri.
yeah, but I'm like in the wilderness, in the middle of the
Troy
Ozark
was
Mountains.
like nothing.
Like,
It was just.
See, I got a question.
Walmart.
Aren't you a little too dark for Missouri? I was a little too dark for Missouri.
Oh, well, honey, I dark and I suck dick. I mean, it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, and then I come down.
She's
I have
getting
3
2
adopted
armbands
kids.
in the camp. Ooh,
My oldest kid's mixed. You know what I mean? Then I got 2 white babies and a mixed kid. People are just like, "What's this gay doing down here?" But they all gonna tell me their life story, talk about their mama and how his sister's leaving his brother and how he's the strongest man in the Dollar General. And they're not gonna fire him. And some customer asked him to move quicker, and he said, "You could just move your ass on out the store." And he's telling me, and I'm like trying to walk out the door, and he's still talking. I'm like, "Oh no!"
that's small town though too. They just love to, like, it's more community.
They
Embrace
don't.
it.
Shut up.
Embrace
You walk
it.
them out the door.
I'm
We'll see you
trying.
in a couple
I'm
weeks.
trying.
It's good to
And
see you.
they're always happy.
Oh, nobody's always happy.
What is there to be happy about? I woke up this morning. I'm tired.
Jeff, that's like when we
happy.
drove around Troy and we asked people, like, "Oh, what is there to see in Troy?" Because we're staying at this beautiful campground. So and one day we just thought we're going, because they had nice restaurants there. And this poor lady, she's like so happy in a garden. She had like 2 teeth, the poor little thing. And then she's just like, "We got a Walmart."
She was
so happy about it. The simple things in life.
Before the show, I said in the war room, like, the big excitement in the neighborhood was that my aunt and uncle cleaned out brush and they set the brush on fire. It lasted all of 5 minutes. Boom. That was the excitement. And then on Fridays, they play cornhole.
Oh gosh, yeah. You've explained what cornhole is now. I'm scared for a bit.
Doesn't it sound like the gayest thing on the planet?
That's kind of what I said. And I told them all, I'm like, geez, boys, we're a bunch of straight Republican loving or Trump loving Republicans. I'm like, you sure do play one of the gayest games I've ever heard of. They're all used to me, you know what I mean? Like Joe and I used to come down here every summer. So
they've embraced you. So you need.
I don't know if we go that far.
Oh well, you're still alive.
The kids have Aunt Lidge. Aunt Lidge is great, and there's Sarah, and then the handyman Josiah. I'm always like, let's get biblical, because his family's real religious, and like his name is Josiah. I'm like, you want to? He's like, you better work a little harder if you think you're gonna get me. I'm like,
out my nose.
I can just see you doing, like, in your dreams. You just walk straight into like the local straight bar, and you're just like, who wants to fuck me?
You wouldn't want to do it at the bar here, though. Like, it's homely as fuck.
Biblical.
They all fell out the ugly tree, hit every fucking branch on the way down, and a stump tipped over on them because it's got termites. It's not like, you don't want to walk into the bar down here and be like, I would never, because you know what? There would be ones that said yes, and I would be running for my life. Because they're fucking hungry.
I'm telling you.
Yes, and then they have to kill you. Because you know.
And that's fine. It'd be great for ratings on the show. Like Jeffrey died by, he was getting railroaded by, or what's the gay term, Luke? You're kind of a slut. What's that thing called, with spit roast or whatever? He was having a spit roast with a bunch of rednecks in a fucking field, and then they killed him. He's a host of the show called Uncensored. Start a GoFundMe page for my kids. Make sure they're taken care of. Great for ratings. You guys exploit the shit out of it if I die by redneck.
Oh my god.
I'm not kidding. And all you people watching, the 10 of you,
Will that be like hashtag DBR, death by redneck?
I think
That's
you gotta
just
have
Jeffrey.
ICD-9 code, ICD-10 code, showing my age.
Oh, Jeffrey. What will we ever do with you?
What happened was what?
What will we do with you?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
look,
forgot what we
so
were
we're
talking about.
welcome here in New York City. What's happening in New York City? That's so crazy.
I'm a
That's
pass.
got a COVID explosion, don't you?
Oh, not again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I heard.
several of the boroughs where the rednecks live are getting the numbers are rising up.
Well, honey, where you are, it looks like the numbers are going up pretty steep too.
Yeah, I know. You should see me at work. I'm like in a hazmat with a full shield and these 12-inch opera gloves, nitrile opera gloves.
Yeah, I'm not the one. I'm not trying to hang out with the locals. You know what I mean? Like, no. But it's so away from everything here, you know? Like, I have like the one friend that watches the show. They're from here, Rick and Brian. That's it. I've met, yeah, like, I just don't get out.
Well, as I said, embrace it. That's my new word of the day. The other week it was polarizing, wasn't it, Vera?
Your hair?
Today's embracing, but the other day was polarizing.
Are you making fun of my hair?
No, I thought Luke's
That'd be
hair was a
me.
little polarizing the other week.
Oh, my hair looks like shit
I mean,
because
mine
I'm putting
just-
the shield on and everything
Look at
out of bed and it looks really cute. And then I got my shield on and it clips tight to my skull.
Vera, can you please send us a picture when you're just all gowned up and you shield on the whole lot?
I'll see if Mike will take a picture of me tomorrow.
Yeah, we need that.
Who's
We need
that?
The
I
nurse that
can't see my messages while I'm doing the show, fools. This motherfucker Rick and Brad sending me messages on Facebook. I can't look at that right now.
Oh, Jeff, I want you to talk about this because this really made me lol. Because I just love the lady in the background looking at him like, what the hell? It's the best.
I know, right?
What?
Look at this lady's face. She's just like,
I actually think these two were also at the last Trump rally with Latinos for Trump signs.
But are they comedians? What are they? Because it looks almost crazy.
No,
Hey,
honey, they're probably from fucking Missouri.
Well, Kyle there, he looks like he can't keep a straight face. And Karen over here, she looks like she's chuckling too.
Yeah, after she
Yeah,
just shoved down 6 corn dogs. Look at that lipstick. It matches. I mean, it's bright. It's like fire engine red, and it matches the whole ensemble.
But the earrings, the coat, everything's just too much. That's what I'm like. Is this satire? Is it?
No.
she
Have you
would've been
seen
friends.
some of the Trumpers at their rallies? They're the last rally that he did, every single one of them had a matching red buffalo plaid jacket. Did you catch that?
No.
Oh, behind him had like 17 buffalo plaid jackets, red and black. I'm like, what are they, like Stepford wives now?
It's scary. Obviously, they're the extreme Republicans, those people. But,
They are.
there's so many, like, silent people. I think I'm going to use the word, the country is so polarized right now over there that I think a lot of the smart Republicans aren't even going to come out and say that they're Republicans on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's polarized at the moment because we have an administration who's deliberately dividing us. But when you look at the polls, 70% of the country is in agreement. 70% believe we should have nationalized medicine. 70%
That's what the problem is. And like,
believe that we have free higher education, free pre-K, food stamps, the minimum.
and I think people don't vote for policies. They vote for the face of the party and the drama and the rubbish. And that's what when it comes down to what the country really wants. That's why I think I'm a bit of a libertarian. Like I think, what's best for the people.
Look at our posts from the
That's
other
not
day.
really a libertarian view. What's best for the people is more progressive. Libertarian.
Oh gosh, don't tell me I'm progressive.
You are progressive, honey. Hands off. No government. Don't pay for roads. If you want to move your goods from A to B, you need to pay for your own damn road. That's libertarian. You know, but the Trumpers are in there, in our face. They're out there. They're just so loud and obnoxious. It's yeah, our page.
Yeah. Oh, Teddy Bear's back. Teddy, hi Teddy.
Teddy Bear is back. And
Teddy Bear's been blasted up the page.
Don Massey was like giving me shit over the fly meme. It's like, it's funny. It's funny.
Okay, fly memes. I've got heaps. I've got them. So Karen posted one. So ex-host Karen Ashley from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers has posted one. Oh gosh. And
but if you go on our YouTube channel, you can listen to all of our old episodes with Karen and Katrina A. Johnson and Michael Fishman from the Connors and Roseanne.
Well, you know what? Actually, I need to find Karen's one, but here's a few others first. The latest poll came in, the fly that landed on Mike Pence is ahead by 6 points in Michigan. And then another one, and I'll do it again. And then I moved on him like a bitch. I don't even wait. And when you're a fly, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab him by the pussy. You can do anything. And here's Karen's one. Here's Karen's.
I love that one. I saw that one earlier.
Oh gosh. So actually, speaking of the debate, because now we're halfway through, so we can get away with talking some politics now without Facebook going. I've got it. Well, they keep criticizing us and not letting us boost stuff and whatever because they're just controlling. They're a dictatorship of their own.
They don't want people to put out misinformation. We're not exactly the most trustworthy newscast.
Oh, we're vile. We are awful. You know, we enjoy it. So here, I'll play this clip. It's a minute long, and it's just, just from the debate last night.
Absolutely. Whatever the vice president is claiming the administration has done, clearly it hasn't worked. When you're looking at over 210,000 dead bodies in our country, American lives that have been lost, families that are grieving that loss. And the vice president is the head of the task force and knew on January 28th how serious this was. And then thanks to Bob Woodward, we learned that they knew about it. And then when that was exposed, the vice president said, when asked, well, why didn't y'all tell anybody? He said, because the president wanted people to remain calm.
Well, let's get
no, but Susan, this is important. Susan, I want to add, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Yeah, you can have 15 more seconds, and then we'll give the Vice President a chance to respond.
So I want to ask the American people, how calm were you when you were panicked about where you're going to get your next roll of toilet paper? How calm were you when your kids were sent home from school and you didn't know when they could go back? How calm were you when your children couldn't see your parents because you were afraid they could kill them?
Let's give Vice President Pence a chance to respond. Vice President Pence, you have 1 minute to respond.
There's not a day gone by that I haven't thought of every American family that's lost a loved one.
So what do we think?
Alien. He looks like.
I'm speaking.
Yeah, shut up.
She handled it well, though, for what it was.
I've been mansplained.
Yeah, she handled herself well because there's the whole thing like being a woman of color. She can't just go at him the way he's going at her because she'll get criticized more harshly. So she held herself in class. I think that debate, though, even on was a little bit more respectful than the shit show we got with the presidential debate. Like maybe those
glasses. He didn't yell, but he didn't stop. He talked over her.
Oh, he was being a pig, but it was a lot more civilized than what we got from the other two.
Angie, that's right, Angie. She should. You know what? There was a couple. I didn't watch it. I just saw some clips, and everyone I saw, I'm like, girl, she's reading him to filth. What's he gonna say? And then he looked like he was all like done up in like plaster from like a movie. I'm like, and then with the
COVID eye, he had the eye that was all red and gunky,
and the fly. Yeah, because he probably got COVID. It's gonna come out.
Somebody farting on your pillow, or you got the COVID? What's going?
No, remember? I don't know if it's still true. I could be wrong.
Holly Sporn up there.
Pink eye was supposedly one of the symptoms at one point.
Was it? Well, COVID toes. Did everybody know about COVID toes?
No, is it like
I'm
obviously
sorry,
cause
what?
like peripheral?
Their
Like bad
peripheral, yes, their
circulation.
peripheral
Yeah.
circulation starts to die and their toes start to turn purple. COVID.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, see, I can't
Yeah.
I
find
heard
those.
it
No,
like men and
Miss Rona.
girdle because it, because it
'Cause
sort
you
of
got
attacks
that
the
under
ace in the body, it
control.
can affect the testicles. All the stuff
Ooh.
will come out later though. But like, yeah, they reckon there's
What
like
about
some links to
testicles?
it causing sterility. They're saying COVID can make men sterile.
Oh, well, that's not a bad thing. I can think of a few men that need to be sterilized. Anybody that slept with Casey Anthony, for one.
Well, there is that.
You know what? I would
He did
trust her
look
to
like a
babysit my kids before I'd leave my kids with Trump.
Well, yeah. First of all, Trump isn't going to pay any attention to your kids.
No.
No, he doesn't pay any attention to his own kids, except Ivanka.
And then how about his shitstorm of tweets
Oh,
that he was stopping negotiations for the stimulus.
yes.
And then later that night, like we had a post up there that like he changed his mind. It was like, well, if they send me a thing, I'll do it. But
Did
then
anybody catch the clip of him this morning on Fox News?
no.
No.
Completely unhinged. He was, why isn't Bill Barr arresting Hillary today? I know they have her emails. They should arrest her. Why aren't they arresting her? Nobody's arresting Obama. He spied on my campaign.
Yeah, but even people that are close to him right now, aren't they like a little concerned too? Like even Don Jr.
His
had said
son,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, like actually I've got that.
Well, you can
somewhere.
see the roid rage. He's just so.
Well, do you think it's like COVID has affected him?
I think it's just him normally. I don't think
I
COVID
think
could
it's
attack
the
that.
steroids. He's got
Rat poison agrees with that man.
Because even Junior had called his latest behaviour, include the joyride outside of Walter Reed, reckless and is pushing for an intervention. So yeah, he's a little bit more over the top than usual.
I don't think so.
And who gets over COVID in 3 days? I don't care how many stem cells.
I don't think it's even hit him properly yet. Doesn't it get worse? Like it hits like a week in or so.
It might be delayed because of the dexamethasone, but
don't do it.
One of these nights that dexamethasone is going to wear off, and he's going to hit angiotensin crisis in the middle of the night. It's like, come on.
Have you got ghost activity again, Jeff?
No, I think it might be a Sasquatch.
Oh, you are in what's Boggy Creek? Where you live out there?
Can we talk about that Sasquatch quickly?
You didn't upload the video?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
Do you want me to? I can.
You could end up with CPS, don't you think? It looks like a ghost, though.
No.
I'll take myself out very quickly and I'll put it up.
So we had one of my friend Sarah had a Sasquatch costume. So we didn't tell my uncle or the kids. And we had dinner last night and, we were outside on the deck and whenever we had the kids come out and Gabe was over by where she was like in a tree. And Gabe's just kind of like, Toolo, not really, and then he like fell, but he's giggling. And you can hear him laughing as like Aiden is screaming in terror.
Poor Aiden.
No, because he was all, I'm not afraid. He was fine. Like he was like, he went inside and was like screaming, but then he was fine. Like he gets, even if you just like, on him, he cries. That initial scare, like that's his reaction. Right. He cries, but he's really fine because afterwards he was laughing. They were all wearing the costume. They were putting the mask on and the gloves. Like they came out like,
You are in the Legend of Boggy Creek, though, country, aren't you? Yeah. Don't you remember that movie, The Legend of Boggy Creek?
Honey, I'm pretty sure they filmed The Hills Have Eyes here. Okay, it's serious. Like I swear, one of them's right now walking around.
Animal Planet show looking for Sasquatch or searching Sasquatch.
Yeah, and then what was it? We were talking about it with the ladies on Tuesday. Destination Truth with that sexy Josh something or another.
I don't remember that one. But the thing I remember about the looking for Sasquatch is that every single week that one guy with the big baseball cap would say, "Sounds squatchy out here." Sounds squatchy.
Like I hear somebody trying to get to me in the leaves. So if I start screaming, it's because they're dressed in a Sasquatch costume.
Aiden's really afraid.
Oh, that wasn't even the good one. Would you come?
Oh, wait,
Child
that's the
protection
other
is
one too.
coming
I'll
for
get
your ass.
We can do it the next time.
You're a bad dad, Jeff. Bad dad.
I don't care. Look at they all relished in scaring me as a child. So I've just continued that tradition. And Luke, it was your fault. You're the one that brought Gizmo.
Oh. Hey, but I didn't mean him to get scared then, though. I was like...
He was talking all kinds of shit to the adults. He's like, yeah, I used to watch Gremlins, but I stopped because it scared me. But I'm not afraid anymore. I said, oh, yeah? I said, guess what I'm getting for my birthday? A gremlin. He was like the look he was giving me was just like, oh, shit. He's like, maybe I spoke out of turn. I'm like, this little boy, he just, God bless his heart. He's a simple bitch, that one.
Code down south for something bad, isn't it?
Not where we are. Like,
No.
there's no cases by us. There's some in like the big town over, but again, like we're like 3 miles off the main highway, and like here, there's a pub with a liquor store, and a Dollar General, and a little convenience store up at the top of the hill. That's it.
No, but isn't it like a euphemism for? It's like my aunt lived in Mississippi, and she said, if a Southern woman walks up to you and says, I don't mean to be ugly, batten down the hatches because it's going to get real ugly. Bless your heart is kind of like, they're going to get real ugly.
There is definitely a TV show down here in this neighborhood with the neighbors that I, have now, like,
Did they film Tiger King there?
They may have. It's a possibility. Like, there's some real interesting folks down here. Like, real interesting. Like the one that never had a Jell-O shot before 3 weeks ago, and then started making them and made like 200 of them for cornhole. I'm like, what are we doing here?
That sounds fun. Home on a tractor.
Once again, embrace
in a golf cart.
Somebody driving around Auburn on their John Deere lawnmower because they lost their license.
Oh, and they parked it at Wegmans?
They parked it at Wegmans.
So do you know who it is?
I have no idea, but I saw him the other night after we had a wind event that took out power in half the city. And I saw him driving down Marvin. I'm thinking, what the hell is he riding his lawnmower on the street for? And then yesterday or this morning, Jane posted the picture of him at Wegmans.
He's going to get a ticket. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
It is illegal. You're not supposed to drive that thing on the street.
No, like you can't have, like, in other states, like you could drive a golf cart on the road or whatever. Not where you can't do shit.
In New York.
No, they're not fun at all. I'm like, you know what? This is why people don't want to live there. That's why I'm here, because that's all we do. I get in my car once a week to go to the grocery store, and they dump it in my trunk. Otherwise, we're on a golf cart all the time. That's it. That's what we drive. That's my vehicle now. It's a golf cart. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's way cheaper. But it doesn't get much traction in the winter.
No, they don't have really snow here like that. Like, they'll get ice storms and stuff, but they all have like ATVs and like these razor things with these big tires that'd be a blast in the winter. So I'm like, ooh.
You know what I think about those big vehicles with the big tires? Just means you hit the ditch with a lot of confidence.
No, it's the ATVs, not like huge. My uncle does have monster truck tires on his one. I'm like, I ain't driving that.
I wouldn't.
Not anymore.
That's my old ass up into it.
Does everyone have huge trucks there though? Like
no. A lot of people have cars because they don't really have snow. They don't really get snow. Their winter's pretty tame, but they will get some ice storms, and then everybody just stays home because there's no. Like when I went to the store earlier this week, it was like Final Destination. We're going up this wicked steep hill. Very, you're kind of leaned back in the seat. And the roads are like S's. I mean, bad. Like you can't see around the curves. And there's no, like, that's it. The side of the road, there's the white line, and then boom, you're dead. That's it. Those are your options on either side. So we're going up this hill. and this truck with all the logs on it, but it's like
Oh,
ghetto
Final
rigged. It's like,
Destination.
yeah, but it's ghetto. It's not even like a real truck. It's like two like hay baling trailers connected by a chain that have logs that is longer than both of them, on it, and it's like stacked like 30 feet high. I'm
Oh
like,
my
there's
gosh, when they're winding around the
I
road, the
was
trailers would
so
separate.
far down the road. I like saw them way up there, and they're only going 5 miles an hour up the damn hill. And there's like a Suburban behind them, another car, and I'm like, "Fuck you all! You know what? I need room to get in the other lane and hit reverse. Like I can't. I watch too many. I'm a prepared bitch. You know what I'm saying? When I go into a room or I go into a hospital, I'm looking for every possible exit, safe place to go in case if there's a shooter. Like I'm a planner.
My sister is that way. She knows where the exits are. She knows how many rows there are between our seats and where the theater ends. She's a planner like that.
Like I plan in my head, like before, like after the horrible shit in Aurora, I was like, okay, this is what we got to do. Like we got to be, you got to listen. So anytime I heard a door open or somebody walked in, I always I don't care what's going on in the movie. Like, all right, who's coming in? I got to plan. I don't trust people, especially white people. It's not black people you got to worry about. It's white people.
I resolved that if a shooter ever walked in while I was at the movies, I was just going to stand up and let him take me out because there's no way I was going to get down on the floor and there's no way I was going to outrun him.
You just sit there and eat your popcorn, Vera.
I'm just throw one of the kids out in front of me and run with the other two and just pray for the best. I'm kidding. I could think of a few adults, so I'd push in the way.
When Matthias was little, we used to go as a family. We used to go to the National Book Festival that's out in the mall in Washington, D.C. And there was me, both my sisters, my niece, my nephew, and my brother-in-law. And between us, we had 3 hotel rooms. In the middle of the night, the fire alarm goes off. And everybody's looking for their shoes and looking for their purse and thinking, and Mia's like, I got my son, see you outside. She's gone. She to the rest of us. Out of here.
Yeah, I don't play.
Like,
I keep the keys to the car right with me at night. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody breaks in, they better have unhooked the battery because otherwise I'm out. I'm not hanging around to find out what that noise is. And if the car ain't working, the golf
dead because I'm so unprepared.
You're the dumb bitch in the movie. You're the second kill. Yeah, I'm telling you, you got the blonde hair for it.
That'd be true.
Like, and I'm the bitch that I'm like, if I see them in the road, I'm not stopping the car. I'm just flooring it. Like, bitch, you better hope you get your whatever weapon it is through the windshield because I'm ducking and I'm just going. There's none of this bullshit of like, oh my God, there he is. Stop the car. No, bitch, no.
Well, it's not your first life or death situation, so you'll be just... You're an old hand.
I love old school horror movies, but they also make me crazy because I'm always yelling at them and I root for the bad guy because, you can't root for the people.
Friday 3, she does exactly that. He steps out in front of her and she guns that van. She tries to hit him. He jumps out of the way. But they start with a tank or something, so she run out of fuel anyway.
But then you don't stop. Right. Oh, of course.
The fuel's ready.
To run out of gas.
My car does not have less than 3/4 of a tank in it at any given time down here. I am not fucking around. I'm getting out.
Especially
yeah, I keep crop circles and stuff. But I'm not worried about the rednecks. I'm more worried about thermonuclear war. It's like, how fast can I get all my family in the car and start heading to New Mexico because somebody's going to blow the shit out of New York first? That's my thought about keeping a full tank of gas in my car.
When COVID first hit, I called a bunch of my friends and I said, listen, I ordered solar panels, seeds, and I'm like, if the weather starts changing real quick, we got to get the fuck south, okay? Because I watched that one movie about the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? The weather starts. We got to go steal a city plow truck so that we can plow the road clear, and we need to get an RV. I'm like, so y'all need to make sure you have extra gas cans, fill them up. Like, I was prepared. Like, I had a plan B if shit went south.
Well, Lisa Wilcox still wants to do the RV thing with you, remember? She's got it all planned. We're just going to live in the and and she'll just do appearances at drive-in theaters. Isn't that what she was talking about?
Mad Max Road Warrior. Where you learn how to turn manure into fuel to get from one place to the next.
How sweet
See,
fresh
they need
meat.
to do another post-apocalyptic movie, I think, post-COVID or just post-a-pandemic. And just starring Lisa Wilcox in an RV. It'll sell.
It's not apocalyptic, but I just started watching this show. I actually killed the whole first season real quick. It's called Departed on the Peacock streaming thing.
Yeah.
It's one of their originals, and it's like a plane disappears kind of thing. Almost like 370, but they bring that up in there.
Like Langoliers.
A little bit, but we end up knowing what happens to it pretty quickly. But it's kind of that situation where they have to search for it or whatever. And you're like, how much of this shit is true of like what happened and like the fighting behind the scenes and the chick. And it's a Belgium show, but it's phenomenal. Luke will be the one that yes, he will. Because he'll be choking. He'll
run
actually
up
be
the
the
stairs.
one. He'll be in the tent, like riding the guy, and then Jason will put the thing like through the tent, and, like just rip his chest in half. Because Luke will be getting decked.
In the game. Like, actually, Angie, I don't know if I got the video there. I do, Angie. Here, it goes for like 30 seconds. You can watch this. It's exactly what I'll do.
Oh, I don't even know where I'm going because it's all black and grey. And I just
Oh, he's got
you bastard!
right through the throat.
Oh, the uterus! The uterus! Fuck!
You're a final girl.
You're a nurse. You should know that your uterus is much lower.
Was he really saying? Was Steve yelling, "Oh my uterus"?
That was me.
It was you saying that. You're a woman hater, aren't you?
No, I was just possibly a little
Where
bit
the hell is Sandy when we need her?
Caught up in the moment. If Sandy will read me to filth for that.
I do have to point out when your hair was not its usual self in that.
No, well, it was late at night when we did that, and I probably was like 3 or 4 drinks down or something. I was
like
going to bed straight after that. Oh look.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to give it my best,
You did a great job.
Time.
But you are going to be the blonde screamer in our horror film.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I just proved right there that I can't even play a video game without getting hysterical. So I'm sure if there was a real killer there, I'm finished.
He'll be the bitch screaming obnoxious that somebody else will just knock the fuck out because he's just yelling too much. Yeah.
Oh, hey, you want the booze go? Have one for me. It's early here, and I got to go to work soon.
Oh,
I had that freaking martini, man. That was killer.
It wasn't a martini. It was just vodka.
It was vodka and olives. Come
on.
It was a lot of vodka.
Fancy.
Did you drink it like this?
Yes, because I'm living in Schitt's Creek. At least the good booze is cheap here.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay the Sky and Earth and Lorna Doone to heat your house.
Yeah, because I remember booze was a little bit expensive in New York. It's nowhere near how expensive it is in Australia. It's so taxed here. Like a premix is like $15 for a 4-pack, whereas over there you get like how many White Claws for like $10, like a 12-pack?
I don't know. I'm not white trash. I don't drink them.
Well, I was white trash, and I thought the White Claws were really cheap and reasonably tasty.
Like, look, stop drinking those white trash things. I'm like, all you need to do is get those cheap dollar store flip-flops, and you'll be good to go.
I got $2 sneakers from Walmart, remember? I thought that was exciting.
You're drinking White Claw.
In my barbecue and beer and freedom shirt.
Yeah. He looked like he belonged in a trailer.
He looked like Kevin.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Kevin comes from a very real place.
Yes, he does. I was just going to say that. He's not really acting.
back on horror quickly. So, Katie and Steve and I are going to be putting on YouTube soon. We've filmed a couple of episodes. I've just yet to have time to edit them because I'm working. And it's going to be uncensored horror. So we're going to debut that because we want to get them up before Halloween. And we just talk about, like, we're doing each era. So we've done 90s slashers, we've done 2000s, like all the horror films of those eras. And we're just going through them. And it's kind of fun. I think you guys will like it if you're into that kind of thing. And you can see that on our YouTube site, which is here.
Yeah, so while he's playing video games, I'm over here making art. I'm taking all the wine bottles.
I noticed. I saw that earlier. I thought, how many wine bottles is he drinking down there in Bo?
Well, that's pretty.
They are
But, like,
pretty.
you know, that's something like, you know, most alcoholics should really strive to do that. Like,
How
make
much
something
are the fairy
beautiful out of
lights?
something
How
so
much are the
ugly.
fairy lights down there in Missouri?
What?
The little fairy lights that you're filling your bottles with, how much are they?
I got them off Amazon. They have a cork on the top of them.
Oh.
I got like 30 of them for, I don't know, like $10 or something. But I'm obsessed with the blue bottles, so all I've been drinking is the Riesling. But thank God I have neighbors to help me, so I'm not drinking all these on my own. I swear.
Okay. See, I got a Halloween tree, so I got to figure out how to light it.
But no, they do look very pretty, Jeff. They're
They
effective.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you have to turn them all on and turn them off, and I'm like, oh, where's the
Oh,
hell?
they've actually got a little switch for each one.
Yeah, it's too much for me. Like last night at the dinner party, I'm lighting
Oh,
them
you
all.
don't
Then
need the LED
I'm
one
like-
with the remote. You just hit on and they all just go. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, but because they're wine bottle, these have corks. I'm like, but there's got some genius has got to make ones with a remote because honestly, it's a lot of work to go and turn all them damn things on, and then I got like 10 more I got to make. I'm like, this is good. But I
You
bought
poor
twine to wrap around it, and then I can hang them and hang a bunch together. And yeah, okay, this is what happens in Schitt's Creek. You
I was
got
going
to
to
play.
say, there's not a lot happening, is there?
No, I'm drinking wine and doing art, darling. I'm doing art.
Doing arts and riding around in your golf
Auburn's
cart.
just not the same without you.
And
Bo.
this is Gabe. Like I had to
Yeah.
go bowl because
Pistachios? What is it?
no, it's
They're chestnuts?
acorns. It's
Acorns.
acorns. Gabe
He's
is
going to grow oak trees?
he's like a fucking squirrel trying to get a nut. This bitch, I'm all over. He's four. He's four. Every day, I'm like, what the fuck is in your pockets? I'm like, there's always acorns in the house because he stuffs them all in all of his pockets and he's got cargo shorts. I'm like, son of a bitch. We go to the lake last night and this kid is just pulling out dinosaurs. He's got some big bobblehead thing. He's got all these acorns and then he's getting the freshwater mussels and shoving them in his pocket. I'm like, listen, we don't have hired help anymore. Daddy has to do the laundry. Okay. This is hard for him. You need to empty out your pockets.
Oh, gosh. You need to stop making it hard for Daddy because he doesn't want to do anything right now.
Daddy does
And
not
please
want to
very
have
like
to like
the wine bottle.
check your pockets. Like, can't you see that I'm busy, darling, trying to ignore you? The
Well,
fuck?
you're lucky you don't have like little girls because they put everything in their pockets.
Luke,
And they have like
look at how deep this bowl is.
but that's cute. He's
We used to
getting
collect chestnuts. When we were little.
Oh no,
And
they
then
got
we'd
a
make
rock collection too.
chestnut necklaces and just take a little screwdriver and hammer at it until you got a hole in it.
No, but
good, Jeff. He's not feeling it. He doesn't want
he flips out if somebody moves one of his rocks, and he was putting there's like a little bar made into the deck over there. So he was putting everything up there, and it was just filled with rocks and fucking acorns. So I gave him the bowl, thinking like, oh, he just put no, and he's really trying to fill this bitch. And he's like, you can't throw him out. He'll start flipping out. He gets very upset. Angie, you know what I did? I went and looked on Pinterest because I'm like, well, I got all these fucking acorns. What can I do with them? And looking for like art projects with acorns on Pinterest. I'm like, okay, this looks like a lot of work because you have to put them in the oven, dry them out, then you have to cool,
But
and then you have to spray them. I'm like,
why don't you have the time to do that?
because I have 3 kids, 2 of which are remote learning, and I am now the teacher. It's a lot of freaking work.
I don't know.
And like, hello, I'm used to having help. This is for
Yeah,
the
that's
poor
where I was
folks.
going with this. It's not really that much work. It's just more work than Jeff wants to do.
Well, I'm the talent. Why do I have to do
talking
it?
the single dad shit?
I worked really hard for a long time, and I had some good money, and then I got a divorce. It was left with $90,000 worth of debt, and a single dad and 3 kids, and I can't afford my 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets from the Bon-Ton for $350. Okay, I'm in
Wait.
Schitt's Creek. Fuck. You know, people are complaining about real world problems, and I'm like, they don't have good Riesling down here. You can't get takeout.
They have pretty bottles. They got pretty bottles for the
There's
Riesling.
no Chinese food. There's no
There's no
restaurant.
Chinese
No,
food.
actually, no. I do feel you there. No, you. Actually, I take it all
I
back.
can't
You're right
get my
to be
groceries delivered. I have to actually go to a store and have them put them in my trunk. And then I have to carry them in myself and put the
You
groceries
remember
away.
pre-COVID when you had to go get them yourself?
No, I never did. I did Instacart. And then I have to cook 3 times a day
Oh,
because these
no.
kids keep wanting food. I don't understand.
Oh,
Look at all the sympathy that you're getting from.
yeah.
I know.
No, I
Thank you,
really
Angie.
feel it.
I need a nanny. I can't.
Actually,
It's too hard.
quickly, we need to I need to do this because it's going to close in 1 hour. So my friend Haiti is in the finals to be a cover girl for Maxim. She's like right at the end now. So if anyone can go ahead and just like go over to that website, and I'll put it in the comments of here so it's easy to click. But she's oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I just clicked on Bossy. Hey, Bossy. So yeah, there you go. So she's in the running to be a Maxim cover girl. She is currently in 2nd place right now. She was first, which is when
She
I
was
took the
first,
screenshot.
yeah.
Yeah. So she's transgender female. She's the only transgender female in the competition, and I would really like to see her win because she's a really cool chick, and we have a lot of fun when we hang out.
And she's going to come on the show when she wins, right?
Absolutely, she will come on the show. She wants to come on and when we do a show about gender and stuff, she's really keen to do that with us.
I can't wait to ask if I can see her vagina.
That is terrible.
I know, right?
Absolutely terrible.
See.
But
I
I
want
wouldn't
to see.
expect anything less from you.
I'm a class act. What can I say?
Yours?
There we go. I posted that link.
Yes, I'll send you pictures as soon as we get off air.
If
If you look online, you
no,
can
because
find
she'll
them
do it. He will do it. Don't.
No, I don't. Yeah,
No, I'll send you this
It was-
video. I got a look.
it was.
That's not true either.
No, I can send some. Oh,
Your eyes tell a different story, my friend.
No, there is actually a lot of nude photos of past co-hosts of this show that I have in
Maybe
my
we
possession.
could do a special Patreon episode where we show all of those. Actually, let's give them a little taste right now.
Hey, look.
On that note, should I just run the credits and get out?
Yes, my lovelies. I have to sign off. I've got stuff to do still, even though it's 10 o'clock at night.
All right. Good night. Good day, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.